And we're talking about exactly 17 minutes now, moving up into the hour of 4 o'clock in the afternoon. A wonderful Sunday afternoon, the 19th day of November 2017. And you're definitely once again in tune, Radio Anu, radioanu.com, international flavor, the universal spice. Broadcasting live and direct out of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. In the top ranking enterprise on the Old Palm Road, St. John's, Antigua in the Caribbean. And I just gave a listen to the speech by President Robert Mugabe. And at this moment, it seems as if a lot of people, not just in Zimbabwe, but it seems like a lot of people all over the world are somewhat deflated and saddened. You know, many people were expecting the good brother to resign right away, and quite an interesting situation that we are seeing here. I don't know what's going to happen directly in the future. They say, according to what the news was saying all of the time, he had until Monday, I think it was midday or something like that, to totally resign, or else he's going to be impeached. According to one news report a moment ago, that may be the case, and that procedure might take a while. We don't know. I was watching the speech live, you know. It was definitely a lengthy speech. I don't think anybody expected it to be that long. And at the same time, even the generals and those that were with him, they seemed to be totally with him. I mean, they sat, you know, humbly, and they, you know, went ahead with whatever it is that he was saying. Many people are asking if he wrote the speech or if someone else wrote the speech. We don't know. We don't know, you know. But what I know is that even when you gaze on many of the other news organizations, I mean, it's a lot of crying, you know. You watch the CNNs and you watch the Sky News and the BBC. You could see how the reporters, some of them stationed in Zimbabwe, crying like some little children. I'm sorry, I'm telling you straight what it is. We're saddened here, you know. Many people here expected him to go, and this and that and this and that. Now, I don't want to play politics with this at all, you know. All I can say for this situation and this time, Brother Robert Mugabe himself is our hero. Brother Robert Mugabe is one of our champions. In this time, that's our champion and our hero, especially on the geopolitical scene. Now, for you to try to bring to the table whatever it is that you may have against him on a political level, I don't live in Zimbabwe. I don't live there. I don't know exactly what's going on the streets. You could tell me, you could give me a detailed report every day. But if you're not there, you're not there. And that's just the reality of life. But you can't be everywhere. But where I am, I know that we have an enemy. The same enemy that's Brother Mugabe's enemy. And this enemy owns the media. This enemy owns these same organizations that I just mentioned. I'm being very clear here. This enemy specifically is the one that controls the entertainment. You got to be careful. This is the same enemy that feeds us, not just mentally but physically. This enemy is upset because when Mugabe and Zimbabwe got independence in 1981, I mean, I was about 3 or 4 when they got independence at that time. Yes, Mugabe was like the darling of England. You know, he was. That's the same thing they said about Idi Amin. He was the darling of Britain and Israel. Israeli I talking about. But at the same time now, when Idi Amin stood up and said, listen, we need to utilize the resources of Uganda for the people of Uganda. We can't be shipping out our resources for little or nothing to those who colonialized us. That wasn't a part of the deal, and in many cases it was a part of the deal in the fine print. This is some serious stuff. So Robert Mugabe, somewhat similar to Idi Amin, but still different. You know, Idi Amin is a different brother altogether. But Robert Mugabe, though, under some pressure, you must admit, from the farmers of Zimbabwe. They were the ones that approached him. They were the ones that came to him and said, listen, boss, we happy that we're independent, you know, and we happy that, you know what I mean, you're living good and a few people living good, but the vast majority of us on the bottom line, we ain't living too good. We need our land. How is it that Ian Smith still has the land? What's going on? And Mugabe, a freedom fighter, a revolutionary, he came back to life. He said, you're right. This is what we fought for. You know, it was already in him. So even if he went to sleep for a moment, he said, yes, you're right. And then he joined that revolution for the land. And as the ruler of the country, he started to redistribute the land back to his people. The enemy does not like that. The enemy hates that. You're trying to show me on the television they had a rally yesterday. Thousands or millions, even if it was millions. Come on, there what, 14, 15 million people in Uganda, Zimbabwe. Huh? Zimbabwe has elections to me almost every year. Every time I spin around, there's an election going on in Zimbabwe. And there's another election in Zimbabwe, straight. And Mugabe is always winning. He's always winning. So what you're dealing with, isn't it? That is your process. Democracy. Demo, which means demon, and cracy, which is government. That's your process. That's your culture you put on the people there. Huh? When they put him on the house arrest a few days ago, this was the word. Well, we hope, you know, the transition will be peaceful, and we hope they return to the democratic process. For what? They've always been doing the democratic process. You just don't like Mugabe because he's taking away the land from the enemy. That's all. And giving it back to the people who the land belongs to. If Mandela did that, you wouldn't like him neither. If he did that, you would never be rating Nelson Mandela like how you rate him today. I'm talking about the Mandela that came out of the prison. No. And that is the case with Robert Mugabe. So I'm saying now, you must understand that propaganda is one of the main tools of the enemy. So this is why they pump it daily through the media. Children that have never even taken up a history book. You never read, you don't even know where Zimbabwe is on the map. But you're joining the foolish talk about, oh, Mugabe needs to go now. Mugabe needs to go. He's been there too long. 93 years old, XYZ. Come on, give me a break. And some of our learned scholars around here in Antigua, well, I think he's been ruling too long. I think he's been ruling too long, my foot. Prince Charles of England is here in Antigua right now. Go and tell him that his mother has been ruling too long. Huh? She's been there before Mugabe. I'm talking about Queen Elizabeth II. I'm not disrespecting her. I'm just telling you who I'm speaking about. She's been there a long time. Go and tell her that she's ruling too long. My people disgust me sometimes. Yeah. We're some real puppets. But we have a freedom fighter. One of the only, if not the only leader on this planet that's a black man that has the courage to stand up against the colonializers and take back what is his. None of them doing that. None. It's a Thomas Sankara kind of meditation you're getting in Mugabe. None of them doing that. So they hate him and they pressure him and they take him out of the brotherhood of the international community, and they ostracize him. Even in Africa, his own brothers kind of turn from him because they are pressured by the European countries. This is the fact. And yet still he keeps his country up. Well, the ghettos in Zimbabwe. Yeah, and there ain't no ghettos in America. I know, no ghettos in Canada. So where is there no ghetto? Give me a break. Places where had no ghettos like Libya, you still kill their leaders too. Libya I'm talking about. The dinar, one African currency and backed by gold. Oh, we gotta take him out. Libya, Gaddafi, one African army. Oh no, one United States of Africa. No, we can't deal with that. They took Gaddafi out. The point is, anybody that's going against their agenda, they're gonna take you out, whoever you are. You ain't gotta be black, you know, man. Once you're going against their agenda, they're gonna move you. So I don't know exactly what's happening in Zimbabwe. I ain't there. But it seems as if the world expected Brother Mugabe to resign a moment ago. But he didn't. He gave a lengthy speech and he's just talking what he's saying there, you know. Apparently he's not the leader of his party anymore, but that doesn't mean nothing. You don't got to be the leader of the party to be the leader of the country. So at least at this moment, he's still there. But what I'm saying is this, you know. Propaganda is one thing, and then we as a people, something else. According to what we're seeing on the news, his whole party, basically, as it seems, turned against him there. They have them dancing and singing on the news. I'm sure we all have seen it, so you have to know what to gather from that. And at the same time, you ask yourself, okay, all right, reality has sunk in. The same army that shut him down, as I said, we watched them, listened to his speech, and they all shook hands and everything on camera, and it looked like it's going smooth. His wife is out of bounds somewhere. Apparently they're not too sure. One report said Malawi, one report said they don't know. What is a serious situation, my brothers and sisters? We as black people, we need to stand more firm in this thing for our leaders. I'm not telling you to go and storm the palace and try to free him, you know. That wasn't what I'm trying to know. No. But you don't have to do that for you to know a person has a heart for the rebellion, for the liberation, for the struggle of the freedom of the black man. You got to rebel against your oppressor. And you have a man as an African leader. I don't care whatever else you want to say about him. He's a human being. I don't care what you try to say about him. He's a human being. But what I know is that in a time when nobody's really standing up, you have an African leader who listened to the voice of the oppressed. People in Zimbabwe know what's going on. People in Zimbabwe know what's going on. The majority of the people know what's going on. Huh? This little set of people that the cameras and the reporters like to pull together. I see some real black sellouts talking on BBC News, and you could see that they were in New York for some years. Yeah, you could hear it. They don't sound like no African to me. Coming and talking about, well, we're not going to lose hope. You know, we know for the betterment of, you know, our kids. That gave it away. Our kids, you know, and you could hardly hear the African accent anymore. She coming in her little gaily and wrapped up in red, gold, and green and think that can fool us, and the BBC man put the mic in her mouth. This is sick. And we buy that. I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters, you need to stand. If it's pray, you pray for the brother. If it's Orisha connection you deal with, whatever you do, and you can't, whatever it is you do it. If you're a real warrior, well, do that too. I ain't putting too much into this, you know. I'm just telling you what's going on in Zimbabwe. I'm watching on myself, you know, and I know the enemy is always behind this, spending money so that the wicked crackers can run back into Rhodesia, Monomotapa, and take back the land. You don't know these demons, huh? And then you're gonna see hardship. Look how well Libya is being run now. And you know I'm speaking sarcastically. Libya was a jewel. I don't have to give you the stats. And now Libya is rubbish and rubble because of the enemy and their greed. And we overlook that. All we care about, oh, Santa Claus and Christmas is coming and Thanksgiving. You people need to check yourself. Yeah, Radio Anu, 2 minutes moving up into the hour of 4 o'clock. For those who will be viewing this on YouTube, remember RadioAnu.com. All you got to do is go down, scroll down from the video and go into the description. The video has a description. And in the description, you will see RadioAnu.com. All you got to do is press it. And you are here with us right here live, RadioAnu.com, 24/7. That's 24 hours, 7 days, every strong. You're getting information and inspiration and upful vibes around the clock. All you got to do is link in. And of course, you can subscribe as well to the Priest Isaac's YouTube channel. And those who are listening to me live now on RadioAnu.com, you yourself, of course, you could visit our YouTube channel if you have never visited our YouTube channel, and observe and bask in the videos that we have uploaded, specifically more information and inspiration for you. And of course, give the video some likes without a doubt. And all is well. And if you want to definitely contribute to the works via PayPal, you can do that now at hotepra@yahoo.com. And you could definitely, if that's a little problem for you, you could also email me or contact me at the information that is definitely going to be made available to you. Yeah. So give thanks. 1 minute now, moving up into the hour of 4 o'clock, and we'll definitely continue to keep you up to date with what is taking place in Zimbabwe. So you definitely have to continue to stay tuned to Radio Anu as we slide.
Country to give lectures, seminars, and workshops.
To make booking, call or WhatsApp area code 268-728-3162 or contact us via email theblackshepherd@live.com.
Holy Manuel /Jah Rastafari.
Rastafari, come and produce ancient maps. In the sing down, year of remembrance, put on the ring down, just speak the truth from start, from in front of heart, in the sing